Hello and welcome to the SuccessFactors Recruiting Knowledge Transfer session. In this session, we will be talking about the form template setting. I am showing the Admin Center page. This is where you are going to be able to locate the form template setting. So the easiest way to really get to this page is to use the tool search here and then type form template settings. So this is the one we want. And then the system will open the page for me. So the form template settings define the behavior of forms that span across multiple modules. So this feature is not only used by recruiting, but by other modules as well. So because of this, keep in mind that not all options will be relevant to recruiting. And I will be highlighting exactly what we need to focus on for recruiting. So the form template settings contains the layout, contains the sessions, the workflow for each form based on the template that is applicable to that specific setting. And they will allow us to associate the route map of approval for the job requisitions created from that template. So because of this, one of the prerequisites of defining the form template setting is that you have configured the route map that you intend to associate with the requisition template. So make sure that you have watched the video about route maps and that you have configured a route map, because that will be needed here. We will need the route map created in order to associate that route map to the template. So again, I went to Admin Center. I opened the page to get to the form template settings. So this is the page managing form templates. Here you will see all the templates that are enabled and disabled and the route map that is currently associated to the template. So again, this is not, this feature is not exclusive of recruiting. So as you can see, I have performance review here. I have 360 review here. These are not recruiting templates, obviously. But then again, several modules use this form template setting. Okay, so don't be surprised if you see other, excuse me, other templates here. So as you can see, let me just go here. So job requisition in the type. So this tells me that this is a job requisition, and then this one is also a job requisition here. So really this is the one we want to focus on, the one that tells me job requisition. So as you can see, I have two templates. So that is why I have pipeline and standard job requisition here. If you only have one template, then only one template will show here. If you have multiple templates, all of them should be visible here in this list. And then here in the route map column, you are able to see the route map that is associated to each one of your requisitions. So for example, for my pipeline, I see there's no route map associated yet. But for my standard job rec, I see that there is a route map associated, which is the job requisition route map. And then I have here the column that tells me that the template was enabled, and then when was this last modified. So if you need to enable or disable, you can check the box, and then you can click here in each one of the buttons. So to make any adjustments to really make the definitions for the template, you will want to click on the template name. So I'm going to click on this one, standard. And now, as you can see here, I am in the standard job requisition template. The very first thing that we need to do, or that we can do, is to associate the route map here on the right-hand side. So all the route maps that are created in your instance, in that other page that we've seen before, the route maps page, they all the route maps will be visible here, will be displayed here in this drop down. So really make sure that you select the one that is appropriate. In my case, it's the job requisition route map. And then as you can see, there are so many settings here in this page, and there's a checkbox for most of them, meaning that we can enable or disable the setting. I will highlight the options that are relevant to recruiting. As I mentioned before, not every single one of these options will be applicable to recruiting because this form templates feature is shared by many modules. So I am going to highlight the ones that are relevant to recruiting, and I will give my recommendation about what you can enable, what you should enable or not. And you can ignore any option that is not mentioned as it doesn't apply to recruiting. So the very first one that I want to highlight is the default due notification date. Okay. So you should. Okay, let me just see if I can. Okay. Okay, this is the number that I wanted to highlight. So you should pick a number here or add a number actually. This is the number of days from the form create date. Okay, it is based on your preference as to for how long you wish to wait before the document due email notification reminders begin going out. So in my case, I have 5 days. So after 5 days, then the emails will start to go out saying that the form is due. And then I also have this one, the default late notification here. So this is going to specify the time frame in which all email notice is sent to a user informing them that the form is late. The time frame is determined in relation to the form's due date. So for example, you can specify that a notice is sent 7 days after the form was due. Okay, so moving on. I have the template status here. We should also take a look at this one. I want to make sure that this is enabled. And then none of this is applicable to recruiting. So none of this is applicable to recruiting. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. Okay. And I am going to now highlight what are the options from this list. What are the options that are applicable to recruiting? And I'll provide our recommendation. So this is the first one that I want to highlight, disable spell check en route. Always select this option. So meaning that if you check the box, you are disabling the spell check. So the spell check is designed to check performance forms. And while it does pop up, the spell checker in recruiting, it doesn't really properly check the content of the requisition field. So make sure that you disable that. Then the next one is disable the legal scan en route. So again, always check this option to disable the legal scan. So the legal scan is designed to check performance forms as well. So this will not properly scan requisition fields. So make sure that you disable that. And then we have the disable ask for common routing. Also disable this one, so check the box to disable. And then I have this one, disable ask for edit routing. Clear this option if you prefer to allow an approver to get feedback from more users within a given route map. So this is really up to you. We don't have a recommendation. It really depends on the business processes, on the requirements. So if you would like to have additional users providing feedback about the form, so not adding them as approvers, okay, this is a different functionality. The idea behind this is really we are asking for their feedback. We are not asking for their approval. So if you would like to allow users to provide their feedback, you can just clear this option and you will be able to do that. If you would like to disable this option to get feedback from more users, you will want to check the box here. And then I have this next one, allow add approver. So this is this option allows us to add more approvers to the route map, okay? So if you prefer that you have your route map defined, but if you prefer to allow users to add additional approvers, you can definitely check the box and then they will be able to add more approvers to the route map. Make sure that you keep in mind that after a new route map step is added or a new approver is added, it cannot be removed. So that step will be there for that requisition. It will not be applicable for all requisitions that are created after that. It will only be applicable to that specific job requisition. And then also please keep in mind that all approvers can add other approvers. The permission cannot be restricted to only certain operators. And then the next one I want to highlight is this one, hide, add, remove signer buttons. So always select this option. The signature steps are not supported in recruiting route maps. We don't really have this for the requisition. And then the next one that I want to highlight is this one, disable all toolbar buttons. So select this option if you prefer to limit user access to the toolbar options. Most of the buttons are really not supported in recruiting, so you can definitely disable this. Disable the print button, this one. This is really up to the requirements. You can check or uncheck this one as per your preference. There's not a recommendation for this one. Then the next one that I want to highlight is disable the delete button. So if this option is not selected, the originators of a pre-approved requisition can delete that requisition. So again, this is really up to the business processes. You can decide to allow or not allow users to delete the requisition. And then the next one that I have is disable the note button. Always check this one. And then disable the info button. This one can be unchecked. This will allow the icon with more information to be visible in the requisition. So these two, as you can see, they were already checked. That is correct. And then where do I have the other one? Okay, disable the due notification. So if you you can clear this option, so you can just keep this box unchecked. Unless you prefer to avoid document due notifications. So this is really up to you. If you would like to disable these notifications, you can definitely click check the box here. And then none of this is applicable to recruiting really. The last one that I want to highlight is this enable form routing to previous step. So you can check this box or not. We do recommend this option to be selected. This option really allows the user to send a job requisition back to the previous step. So let's say that some data is missing or extra information is needed or something is not correct. As a recruiting user, I am able to send the requisition back to the previous step so that the previous approver can make the adjustments that are needed or add the information that is missing. So if you do check the box here, you are enabling the form to be able to be routed to the previous step. If you uncheck the box, so if you have this box cleared here, you don't allow users to send the requisition back to the previous step. So again, it is up to you. We do recommend it. Just gives more possibility, more flexibility in terms of the workflow of approval. But if your business processes dictate that a requisition would never be able to be sent to the previous step, then definitely just remove or not check this little checkbox here. So once you are done with all of this, so these are the options that are really applicable to recruiting. Once you are done with all of the the definitions that I just made, you want to make sure that you reviewed all the options, and then you can click here in the update form template. And then you have this little confirmation message here at the top, form template saved. So the definitions that you just made were saved and they will be applicable to this job requisition standard here.